Leaving registration kits open without clear safeguards risks misuse. The Commission must explain exactly what data these kits capture and ensure strict quality controls, including independent audits once registration closes. Number 5, the transfer of voters must follow the law to the letter. Every transfer should begin with a written request from the voter and only proceed after full verification of residency and compliance with all legal requirements. You see what happened before the 2020 general election? It is now public knowledge that over 2 million Kenyans were transferred all over, and mainly from Luo Nyanza that time. And people went out to vote for Baba, and they found their names missing because you so go and vote in Changamwe or vote in Garissa. And people gave up. This time, we are warning them in advance. Finally, the Iebc should publish a full list of staff involved in voter registration together with their roles. Transparency is the foundation of trust, and without it, confidence in the process will remain weak. Kenyans deserve a registration exercise that is fair, that is inclusive, and above board. Anything less is a disservice to our democracy. Fellow Kenyans, when we raise these issues, let us be very clear. We are not guessing, and these are not hypotheticals. We are speaking about one thing: the credibility of the forthcoming November 27th by-elections and the 2027 general election, and sealing the very loopholes that have in the past been used to compromise Kenyans' voters or votes. Electioneering, fellow Kenyans, is a process and must cover the whole electoral cycle, starting from voter registration. An election does not need cheating on voting day to be stolen. It can be stolen quietly, in the shadows, during registration, where oversight is weakest. That, fellow Kenyans, is the real danger. That, friends, is why we must pay attention. And that, fellow Kenyans, is why your voice, your vigilance, your courage matters. We must, however, commend the Iebc Electoral Code of Conduct Enforcement Committee for finding both Aroko and Were responsible for inciting and allowing violence, with each fined 1 million shillings payable within 48 hours of the ruling. For calling out the perpetrators of the violence in Kasipul. And we, however, note that security elements have been deployed in excessive numbers in strategic places in an attempt to intimidate voters. This must be called out and stopped forthwith. On vigilance, we have noted with utter dismay, though not surprised, the outright abuse of state resources by public servants. By public servants during this by-electioneering cycle, in clear contravention of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, Articles 81 and 232, as well as the Elections Act 2011 at sections 80 and 83, and as well as the Public Officer Ethics Act of 2003, sections 6 and 10, the Penal Code at sections 66 and 67, and the Leadership and Integrity Act of 2012. We must call out these officers, and no ill intention meant, but so that Kenyans know we have a constitution and we have to abide by the rule of law. The gentlemen I mentioned here stand called out, and I think the legal action should also follow. It's amazing that Speaker of the National Assembly, my brother Moses Wetangula, is out there campaigning. Speaker of the National Assembly. Speaker of the National Senate, of the Senate, Emerson Kingi, had occasion to campaign for him, by the way, in a by-election in Magarini. That's how he became Member of Parliament. I think that brother as well should stand called out. Cabinet Secretary for Mining, Hassan Joho, is everywhere, crisscrossing crisscrossing Magarini constituency. Cabinet Secretary for Public Service Geoffrey Ruku, I think he got a bit surprised when Rigiji went to visit his mother. He's everywhere. Cabinet Secretary for Energy Opiyo Wandayi, who, by the way, according to the ruling by the Court of Appeal, was supposed to be the majority leader in the National Assembly. I was hoping Opiyo Wandayi would take up that responsibility. But he's so busy now because he's minister, cabinet secretary, campaigning for his successor openly. State resources. I can tell you when we went to Berry North and when the UDA candidate decided, along with the convoy, long convoy of state officers, followed us to a place. And by the way, I must really commend the people in Berry North. They're very peaceful, very, very peaceful. Hey, tulipitana tu kwa haraka. We were able to count up to 20 Prados harassing in a caravan, harassing the people in Berry North. And the people in Berry North have decided. Such conduct, ladies and gentlemen, erodes public trust, undermines the fairness of our elections.